For life.
Yeah. Bullet cast. What's going on? Stacy. This elite podcast in here. Ain't nobody better. Look. Yeah. Listen to us every time we live in the side. When you turn it on, it's just defining the mind.
Phillip, Brian, and Brandon are here to discuss the world of sports entertainment. Brian, how are you doing?
I'm feeling a little sneezy, Phillip.
Okay. All right.
But I'm great.
We'll get over it. We got important shit to do tomorrow. We got thick boy shit to do tomorrow.
We do. Absolutely.
Oh. And then Brandon, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I wasn't invited to do thick boy shit, so it's fine.
I mean,
I'm not angry.
You've known about the. I mean, we're going to Smackdown tomorrow. You've known they've promoted it.
I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
I mean, you're being cheap again.
I mean,
so
I cannot confirm nor deny I am the Nick Foley of this podcast.
That means when AEW comes to town, you're not going to go.
No, I don't know how I would explain this, but I'm very cheap.
I mean, if you go to AEW, you're just biased.
I'm cheap in some aspects of things, but then when I really want something, I splurge. Like, I definitely didn't drop like $2,000 going to Chicago by myself for an AEW trip. So definitely didn't do that. And I haven't like
you
paid
have fun though?
Oh, it was a great time. Got to go to a Cubs game. Did some
waste
shopping.
Of money. The Cubs game was more important than the pay-per-view.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but it was a fun. It was a walk-off. I saw someone drop straight diesel on the field. It was amazing.
I'm sure it was more important than the pay-per-view. I'm sure. I mean, it was no Brady versus Belichick, but I'm sure it was good.
Yeah, just a throwaway NL Central showdown between the Pirates and the Cubs, two of the worst teams in the league. Definitely more important than All Out, where Punk and Brian and Cole were all like, making their quote unquote debuts. Definitely not the
Punk
same.
thing was important. The other two betrayed the company. Yeah. What? Y'all thought I forgot? Bro, Tronic, let them know I'm the Podchatech.
The Podchatech.
I'm the Podcasso. Let them know. Man, shout out to M Brightest Day X, bro. He comes along for all the goofiness I'm willing to put out there, man. Hey, man, I told you podcasting is an art, All the stutters and ums, they're not mistakes, just happy little accidents. All right, let's talk about some sports entertainment. Like I said, GSW High Voltage it debuted. Another episode came out last night. Brian said he would watch it. Did you? No, you didn't. I knew you didn't. Yeah, look at you.
Let me tell you.
You're doing Brandon's gimmick.
No. Let me tell you what happened. I was late uploading our review because I was playing Battlefield at the same time.
Anything other than watching it is an excuse.
No, listen, I fell asleep. I was getting ready to watch it.
You can sleep when you're dead.
It was I was late. I had to make sure that I was feeling good so that I could be right here at the Bullet Cast.
I mean, Bruno wrestled on there. He wrestled Young, Dumb, and Broke. Bruno was just on I think he was just on Dark Elevation wrestling Lance Archer, so that was cool to see that. And I forgot the other. Oh, it was Wrecking Ball Legursky and Big Ben Bishop and Mucho Chris Mojo in a handicap match. So it was some good stuff. Go check that out. I'm having fun rewatching it and living the memories. I'm excited.
Of course.
Let's talk about the WWE Draft.
Oh, you just assume I didn't watch it, Phillip?
Did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. You see, and I'm the bad guy here. Yeah.
I was doing my due diligence for curveballs and chair shots. Great show, by the way.
Absolutely. Fantastic show.
Had to watch, the playoffs, had to watch the walk-off. It was amazing. Great game yesterday. Great game. We're going to get the Giants and Dodgers in the playoffs. First time ever. It's going to be fun.
I'm not going to mention anything about any other shows.
Phillip, did he tell you that I'm going to be on an episode again pretty soon here once the Lakers get started up with their season? Did he tell you that?
I mean, I've been on.
I'm going to be I'm going to be the official correspondent.
He's going to be reporting from the retirement home where the Los Angeles Lakers reside, because everybody on that team is over the age of 35.
Jesus Christ. Well, how old is Braun running? What, 38, 39?
He'll be 38 in December, I think.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, when's the cutoff age in basketball?
When the body tell you to.
How old was Jordan in like 98 when he was still winning?
Younger.
Oh, okay. All right. How old was he in 02 when he came back?
Younger. Nah, I think
I was about to say,
when he like 40 something?
Oh,
nah,
I think he was like this around this age. Like he's
late
doing
30s.
LeBron is doing what, Wizard, Jordan could never do. But
absolutely.
Okay. All right. So I mean, basketball is not like sports entertainment where you get better with age. They're not on their second run like Sean. No. No. I mean, Shawn Michaels coming back is the greatest second coming in sports.
I mean, if you have 2 or 3 years to recover, then maybe so. But these guys don't have that amount of time.
I see. Let's talk about the WWE Draft. Who has it up?
I mean, I definitely have it up.
I got it. Would you like me to list off the draftees?
Yes. Let's start with the show. Let's start with Friday Night Smackdown. Who's all there?
I'll tell you who's all there. They drafted Aaliyah, Angel Garza, Ashanti the Adonis, B-Fab, Cesaro, Charlotte, Flair the Queen City, Drew Gulak, Drew McIntyre, Eric, Happy Corbin, Humberto Carrillo, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Ivar, Jeff Hardy, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Jinder Mahal, King Nakamura, Kofi Kingston, Mace, Madcap Moss, Mansoor, Mustafa Ali, Naomi, Natalia, Rick Boogs, Ricochet, Ridge Holland, Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, okay, Sami Zayn, Sasha Banks, Shanky, Shayna Baszler, Sheamus, Shotzi, Tony Storm, Top Dollar, Xavier Woods, and Xia Lee.
Okay. I'm upset they split up Veer, Jinder, and Shanky. They're kind of like us. I'm Jinder, Brandon Shanky, and you're Veer.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment, but I'll take it.
Shanky. I mean, come on. He's a handsome chap. Come on. Yeah. I'm calling you a handsome chap.
I get the face paint. I'm Veer.
Absolutely. Yes. And we come out to the Punjabi rap, which is fire, by the way. Look, Hit Row or Hit Row. I'm so happy they're there. Shout out to Top Dollar. Like my tweet. He's a friend of the show now. Roman staying on the blue brand. That's smart. Ridge Holland, that was a surprise to me.
Big surprise.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, what was the last thing he really did? Like broke his leg, right?
He's been on NXT for like the past month.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, the last
big
thing
he was on this past episode of NXT.
I mean, great. I mean, NXT 2.0, it's changing the game. It's fantastic. I love it. Joe Gacy, that's what? They should have drafted Joe Gacy to SmackDown.
They should have. Absolutely.
I would pop for a Joe Gacy promo on SmackDown tomorrow night. I hope he's in a dark segment. That'd be awesome. But
Joe Gacy would have been the number 1 draft pick.
Okay. All right. But I want to ask Brandon, because Brian and I've talked about the draft for quite a while over the past week. Brandon, who do you think is the most surprising draft pick to SmackDown, and who do you feel is the most underwhelming?
The most surprising, I would probably say Hit Row, just because they were just put upon NXT not too long ago. And I like their act. There's some parts that I don't like, some parts that I really do like. The one thing that
what don't you like?
Sometimes they're just, like last week, they did the intro, but this isn't really them. This is more just like NXT becoming WWE light, to where they come out and they do like their little rapping and they are previewing the show, when why should they really care about what else is on the show? But also B-Fab, I mean, she's cool. I like her demeanor. That match she had against Elektra Lopez last week was maybe one of the worst matches I've ever seen. And putting her on the main roster.
Are you kidding me?
She is not ready for the main roster.
Worst matches, you sat through Omega Okada, all of them.
It just barely beats that one out. Just barely beats those ones out.
To be fair, B-Fab might not be as good in the ring, but I think she's definitely has the charisma. She's entertaining.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, charisma wise, she's fine. Like, I like the way she carries herself, but I'm also scared because the women's division is so light. They're gonna put her in matches, and it's not gonna be pretty.
Look, B-Fab, I love it. You know, it takes a while to learn this craft, bro. All right, like let's give her time. You know, I mean, Trish Stratus. People said these same things about her, and look what happened to her.
Absolutely,
she became arguably the greatest of all time under Charlotte. But yeah,
but she also had a bunch of house shows to perfect her craft, and we don't really have house shows anymore. House
shows are back. Okay, she'll be making the loops. She can work dark matches before TV. Like, come on,
Trish Stratus went from TNA to WrestleMania. Okay,
and I'm not talking about the company.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you said most surprising. Did you say most underwhelming?
Underwhelming. I don't know what I would consider underwhelming. I mean, you know, breaking up like Shanky and Veer and also T-Bar and Mace. I don't really understand that. And this was also kind of like an overarching thing with the draft, as someone who is like a big sports fan and likes drafts, like the rules and like, why would you, like, you picked Hit Row, which is 5 people, whatever. Why would you not want to take the quote unquote tag teams for, like, you know, a value pick, quote unquote, and then they're having a draft and they're not exactly explaining how the draft is like decided. And then also, we're doing a draft, but we're going to wait 3 weeks for the draft to actually take into effect, which makes everything confusing because you're going to see these people on their original shows, but then
no, it doesn't.
Yes, it is. Really?
No, it doesn't.
3.
No.
Are you gonna remember? You know,
look.
What
this
show
is what
Liv Morgan and the Drew Gulak is on.
This is were they drafted?
Yes.
Who?
And Sami Zayn. Shout out Sami Zayn is Mr. Irrelevant.
Look, man. Because they've done drafts before, and then they what was it? Payback 2017 is the perfect example. They do a draft after WrestleMania, and then you still have like Orton, who's a SmackDown guy, going up against Wyatt, who's a Raw guy, and then the WWE title is supposed to be on the line, but then it can't be because they're on 2 different shows. So look, we do the draft, and they keep reiterating, "Hey, look, we're doing the draft now to finish up what everybody else has to finish up, but it takes effect in a couple weeks." I mean, it's simple. I think the
surprising thing would be the women's championships. I feel like it's unnecessary to have them switch brands, but there has to be a reason why they're doing that. And then you have the title matches, and unless they're just going to do the New Day Street Profits thing, where they just, here you go, you can have my title and I take your title, which I think is also kind of dumb.
I think they think more highly of Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch than doing something like that.
So then they're just each going to lose. How do you switch the titles? You can't have a red belt on a blue show.
One championship. Yeah, it's
how about a USA title? Or do they already have that?
I think
title.
I think Sasha takes the SmackDown championship.
Don't get me started. Yeah, I think that's what might happen. Yeah, I think that's the move. Look, don't get me. We're going to talk about the network title. We're going to talk about that. All right, let's go to the Raw side, Brian.
Let's go to it. Raw drafted AJ Styles, Akira Tozawa, Alexa Bliss, Angelo Dawkins, Apollo Crews, Austin Theory, who made such an impact. I'm proud of that guy. Becky Lynch, the EST, Bianca Belair, Big E, the WWE champion, Bobby Lashley, Carmella, Cedric Alexander, Chad Gable, Commander Aziz, Damian Priest, Dana Brooke, Dolph Ziggler, Dominic Mysterio, Drop, Drake Maverick, the Rated R Superstar Edge, Finn Balor, Gable Stevenson, Olympic gold medalist, Jackson Riker, John Morrison, Karrion Kross, Keith Bearcat Lee, Kevin Owens, Liv Morgan, Mia Yim, Montez Ford, MVP, Nia Jax, Nikki ASH, Omos, Otis, R-Truth, Randy Orton, Reggie, Rey Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, Riddle, Robert Roode, Seth Rollins, Shelton Benjamin, T-Bar, Tamina, Tegan Knox, The Miz, Veer, and Zelina Vega.
Damn, they split up Shotzi and Knox. They never even got their tag title shots, even though they won like 3 times against Tamina and Natalya.
and were lobbying and did like little social media video vignette things about how they were training and getting ready for their opportunity at the tag titles. I'm with you there, Brandon. That's
when you put
that's
out
garbage.
No, it's right. When you put out non-approved content by the company to try to get yourself over, you're going to end up like Zack Ryder. Yeah. No longer with the company.
Brandon, I have to say this. That's why people are leaving WWE and going over to AEW because it's funner.
It's fun. It's fun. Yeah, I show up one week and then I wrestle on YouTube for 6 months, build up a record, and never get a shot at the head title. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Yeah.
So what you're telling me is Shotzi is going to wrestle Nick Gage and she's going to become the GCW champion in like 3-4 years. I'm ready for that. Go Shotzi. Town business, baby.
Shut up. Look. All right, look. Love Shotzi. Love her. She's great. That is town business. Mansoor, that's town business too. You know, he's from out here. Is her?
They don't have any more women's tag teams, guys.
They don't. Get rid of the titles? I'm just saying.
Or you could form new tag teams.
Or you could get rid of the championships. The ones in NXT too. Yeah, you can get rid of those. What show is Xia Li on? She on SmackDown?
Xia Li is on SmackDown, yes.
I'm excited about that. Now, Raw, I mean, Ray and Dominic, okay, they'll break up eventually. AJ and Omos staying, that's smart. Randy and Riddle staying is smart. They broke up they didn't really break up. They kept them off of different shows yet again. That's fine. You know, it's cool. I mean, no, but I'm not really tripping over it. Let's
Anybody watch Escape from the Undertaker?
I have not. I'm waiting for the perfect opportunity. I feel like I've been so busy. I want to interact. I want to be involved. I've been staying away from spoilers. I want to have fun.
Halloween's a perfect time.
I escaped the Undertaker, and I only killed Kofi Kingston once.
Really?
I only killed the Kofi Kingston. It was the only fatality, but besides that, clean run.
All right.
R.I.P. Kofi.
Yeah, let's let E run on his own. Yeah. Lashley staying on Raw is fine. I'm just trying to read off some of those other names. Not like I don't want to say like the big stars, but you
what about Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz going over to the Red brand?
That's nice. You know, I mean, Apollo came into his own on SmackDown. It's kind of, you know, it's like what happened in WWE back in the day with the brand split. You know, guys would get popular or have a cool gimmick on SmackDown, and you know, then they would eventually be moved over to Raw. So let's see what happens with Apollo. You
know what? Apollo could even possibly go head to head with Big E for the WWE Championship.
I've been saying this for
that
years.
Could happen
I'm off the Apollo Crews bandwagon. I'm sorry.
Wait, Brandon.
Why? because he's embraced his heritage.
No, it's because they haven't been using him at all. The man was U.S. champion, IC champion, whatever it was, and then he just falls off the face of the earth. And then we don't see him again. And then what happens? What's the first thing we see him on Raw? He's interacting with the 24/7 goofs. Not a good start.
Well, I think he was making his way into the arena, right, Phillip? I mean, He
was walking from like around the locker room. You know,
he was walking out of catering.
No. What are you talking about? That only happens on the other channel.
It's been a while since he's been on Raw, so he was just looking around, you know, making sure that people know he means business.
The last time he was on Raw, it was in the PC.
He was like, "Man, this looks a lot different. It's like red instead of blue." Dang.
No, like it was a different arena, you know. Raw, I have sources. Raw actually gets the bigger arenas because it's a 3-hour show and they have more talent and production there.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know, just taking a lap around, you know, seeing what was up. Yeah, that's all that was happening. You see, I do my research, and you're supposed to be a journalist.
At least someone does the research.
Okay. I mean,
Mia,
I liked it. She's on Raw, right? With
Mia Yim, MIA.
What? Why'd you do that?
See what I did there?
Why did you do that? I'm supposed to be doing those kind of jokes. No, stop. Look, I'm happy. Wasn't she moved to SmackDown but never showed up?
Yep.
And then she says she's not injured or not sick or nothing. She's just chilling.
She has to get red hair now because she's on Raw.
Finn Balor. Maybe we'll get a Finn AJ Styles tag team. I've seen their interaction on Twitter.
Or maybe we just get a Finn AJ Styles feud, which I'm The Prince versus the Phenomenal one? Come on, bro. That's easy money. They can have 25-minute matches every single week.
Here's the thing with I'm gonna make this short. Here's the thing with WWE and matches of that caliber with no title. They have a hard time putting together matches like Styles and Finn and making it mean something because they put a lot of their energy in their championship matches, right? They put a lot of their energy and time and the effort into the championship matches, I feel like.
We have other feuds going on that don't involve championships right now. Okay.
Every match besides Liv Morgan at Extreme Rules was a championship match. You might as well call it Extreme Night of Champions.
We have other feuds going on that don't involve championships. Biggie, Drew, that's the title. Yep. Goldberg and Bobby Lashley. Come on, there we go.
Okay, there we go.
We have Seth Rollins and Edge committing crimes.
Okay, exactly. There we go.
And then we have. I mean, I know it's for a title with Brock and Roman, but there's a lot of subtext there.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
So there are rivalries with and without championships that have stories and meanings behind them. All right. How dare you?
Drop in Eva Marie. Do drop in Eva Marie.
There we go.
Do drop in Eva Marie. Eva Marie when she comes back to get come up with Shayna Baszler. The same with Nia Jax. Come on.
Hello.
Come on. Yeah. Let's move over to the King of the Ring and Queen's Crown tournaments. They are taking place tomorrow night. It starts. I'm so excited.
I'm excited. Brandon, I'm going to take a lot of pictures for you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Or you can just buy a ticket and meet us there.
Yep.
It's $60. Like, what are you doing?
I did get an email for the Chase Center for Monday Night Raw. They're just giving those tickets away. They're giving 2-for-1s out there.
Yep.
Wait, Brian, did you purchase those?
Mm-hmm.
No, you didn't. I see it in your face. No,
I didn't.
No, you didn't.
Well, it's great that I didn't because, see, Brandon now is talking about going like it would be great.
Just scoop up 4, you, Brandon, myself, and Charlie. Be a great time. Be a great time.
Wait. Great time.
Great time. Yes. I'm excited. We don't know who's going to be in the tournament yet. Or do we know? Have they announced anything?
They announced that Liv Morgan and Carmella will kick off for the Queen's Crown, and Sami Zayn and Rey Mysterio will kick off for the King of the Ring. That is it.
Okay. All right. I'm watching King of the Ring 02. Great.
King of the Ring 02. Yeah.
Yes. Test versus Brock, baby.
Woo.
Yeah, good stuff. I wish this was its own pay-per-view again. Like if we got like quarter and semi and then finals like in one night, I think that'd be great.
Could they have gotten away with naming Crown Jewel King of the Ring?
No. I mean, you would see like that. I don't want anybody to come for my head, but
bad choice of words. Bad choice of words.
I almost said something else involving the head. Look, I mean, it's just they don't care as much as people in the US or the UK. Like I saw somebody on Twitter say that like Crown Jewel, like the matches are so stacked that they should have happened in the States or in the UK because the reactions would have been a lot better and it would have meant more.
So I think the Saudi people enjoy their wrestling.
Yeah, okay, sure they do because they get
this
it.
This is a WrestleMania caliber card they're getting.
It is, but I'm just saying, like, if this was happening in Chicago or Philly or New York or in the O2 in London, or out here at the SAP Center or something like that.
I'm with the O2 in London. It would mean
more.
I'm with the O2 in London.
The O2 in London, I think that would be great.
But has Chicago or Philly or Houston or Dallas, have they earned? Because if I can remember, they just had some shows there and everyone was quiet as a mouse.
You see, the Dallas crowd. I mean, Jesus Christ! I used to live there, man. I know.
You got to go back, Phillip, and bring some life into it.
I know, but I'm in the building in Dallas and the American Airlines Center. They're up.
They're missing. WWE is definitely missing something because even watching Dynamite last night, I'm like, yo, everybody's screaming at the top of their lungs for everything. It doesn't matter who it is,
because they're
what it is.
God.
You
Look,
get what
man.
I'm saying, though, Brandon? I mean, you were there. I mean, Phillip, you've also been there too. But I mean, it's like you go to a WWE show and I can't tell if it's piped in crowd noise or if it's real.
Well, no. So, like, look,
We'll definitely know.
Brandon, could you watch SmackDown live, please? And like, just let us know, like, if it's loud at certain points in time, and we'll let you know what's actually going on. How about that?
There have been points, I think, in WWE just in general that they are piping in crowd noise, like especially when the Shayna Baszler de-armed Eva Marie.
No,
like everyone was cheering, and then just
they
all of a
booed her.
sudden,
What are you talking about?
I was gonna say they were very much cheering, and then just at a snap of a finger, for
What
some
city
reason they
was
just
that in?
erupted in boos.
I forget. I have a plant in that city. They were booing, dude. What are you talking about?
Okay,
They were booing.
it was like
But
right after Eva Marie started screaming, that's when they felt bad, and they started booing. Just
Yes.
really weird.
All right, let's go on to SmackDown. Seth Rollins. This is the only thing we're going to talk about. Seth Rollins invaded Edge's home. It was his real house too, from the 24th. So I thought that was cool. Seth just being slimy, drinking their juice, eating their apples, laying on their furniture. Edge calling was it Daniel and
David?
Daniel and David, the real names of the Revival. I thought that was a nice touch. He called them, yeah, and to go take care of Rollins, but they never went back to it, and that hurts me.
Why was Beth Phoenix going grocery shopping with the kids at like 9 o'clock at night? It's very late.
Well, you can't leave them at home by themselves.
I'm just
they're
saying,
like toddlers.
who goes to the grocery store at 9 o'clock at night? They had you want you to like go at like 6 o'clock.
Okay, look,
There's
we
less
don't know what
people
their
at 9
schedules-
o'clock.
Yeah, that's true, and we don't know what their schedules are. Like, come on, bro. Like, I go to the grocery store at like 10 o'clock at night because I get home from work. I like to chill. I might have to
So
do a
you're
podcast.
the guy who they say last call, and you're still like in the middle of the store shopping for your bread.
Well,
and
no,
all the workers
no.
are looking at you like, come on, bro, you couldn't do this like
Hey,
30
hey.
minutes earlier.
Hey, I stopped eating bread. How dare you?
Got to grab a couple of pizzas.
No. We got to be healthy, boys.
Fish sticks?
Got to get some salmon.
Okay.
Some chicken breast.
Salmon.
Breast.
Yeah.
Salmon.
No,
Salmon.
last call is at like 12:30 or midnight. I said 10 p.m. It doesn't take me like 2 hours to shop. What are you
What kind
doing,
of grocery stores you be shopping at?
bro?
You shopping at Walmart?
No, bro. It's like Safeways. Yeah. How dare you? But yeah, look, we don't know what the schedule is. What do you think of the segment, though, Brandon?
Oh, me. Seth, I thought he was, very slimy, very heelish. If you kind of take out like the not lyrical, the gaps in logic of like, okay, why he walks into the house, which is fine. Cause I know like sometimes if you live out in the woods, you're not going to lock your door all the time, but then you see like a security system, like in view. Why is the security system not working? And, just little things like that. But I mean, just Seth's performance was fun. I kind of understand like, why didn't they go back to it? Like what was Seth doing for the remainder of the show? And I did think Edge, this is kind of a hard place to put him in, but I think his acting skills are good enough that he kind of made up for it and, because it was kind of weird that he just like ran to the back. It's like, what is he going to do? He's not going to run straight to his house in like 30 minutes or
I
5 minutes.
did think, because we were there for the House of Horrors. I did think they were going to do that. And I was just going to be like, oh my God.
I was there for House of Horrors too, you guys.
Man,
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
It was great. That's honestly,
But unfortunately, you guys weren't able to experience the Hell in a Cell match. So
you see, when I think of great matches, I think of that Hell in the Cell match.
Oh,
Then
no.
I think of the House of Horrors. I mean, it's better than Danielson and Omega. It's better than Omega versus Minoru Suzuki.
but not as good as B-Fab Electra Lopez.
I mean,
Electra Lopez did good.
honestly, top 5 NXT match in like the last 5 years. I'll say that.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I told you, NXT 2.0 is the best NXT it's been, since like the reality show era. My opinion. Yeah. Well,
They got a while.
yeah, they got a while. They got a while.
They got a few more
Let's
months.
Let's keep powering through outside of the ring. So AJ Lee is signed to be the executive producer of a Wow Woman of Wrestling, and Tessa
AJ
Blanchard
Mendez.
Mendez Lee, yeah. AJ Punk. Tessa
Brooks.
Blanchard's there too.
Yep.
This is big. They were on Entertainment Tonight last night and everything. So yeah.
So
Don't care about Tessa. Shout out AJ, my girl's back. She's gonna be back in the ring. Probably not, but gonna get my hopes up.
What did Tessa do to you?
I think the whole Tessa thing is a little weird.
I need some proof about let's just throw it out there. I need proof. I need an audio recording like Hulk Hogan. I need to hear her say it. Okay.
So wait. To this date, these are all just allegations.
Yeah, I mean, there's been no like real evidence that this happened. I need to hear it.
Oh boy, Phillip, you're a real heel today.
No, I'm being serious. Speaking of real heel, hey, you remember Brandon? You remember Tyner used to go with us to the shows?
Mr. Working at the bowling alley.
Yeah, you want to talk about a real heel? I have video documentation of him saying that what Joey Ryan and Ric Flair did wasn't that bad. Yeah, I'm a bad guy. Yeah, you see, yeah, like.
Oh wait, but don't you think that Wow bringing on Tessa Blanchard as sort of like the face of this relaunch? Don't you think that that's a kind of like I seen someone had wrote on Twitter today like did anyone check in with USA and TNT and wonder why she's not on either of those networks?
I mean, they needed a name. She was available. And she's not even the champion. Like they got the black chick, the Beast. I mean,
yeah.
she did the press scrum with her, so it must be okay.
You know who they could have called?
So it's just
Mercedes Martinez.
So is it just like when Hulk Hogan retweets all those photos of black people like saying Hulk Hogan, you're great, I love you? Is that the same thing?
No, those see, we know Hogan did it for sure.
Oh, okay.
And those people are just I gotta talk to the culture. Like, what are y'all doing, bro? He's canceled. He's not for us.
Maybe we should start a Twitter Spaces on it and get everybody's perspective.
Look, bro, Black Wrestling put out the hoodie of the red X over his face, bro. Hey, I hit them up. I tried to get one the other day. They said they sold out. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
That hoodie fire. But yeah, it's interesting what's going on with WoW. I mean, Shimmer's obviously been the promotion when it comes to women's wrestling because it's an all women's promotion. But let's see what WoW does like in the next 6 months to a year, huh?
Shout out to Jeannie Buss.
Yes. Shout out to Jeannie Buss. All right. Inside of the ring, Alexander Hammerstone became the undisputed MLW champion. He retained his national openweight title and defeated Jacob Fatu in Fatu's, I think, 900-plus day reign to become the heavyweight champion at MLW. So congrats to Hammerstone.
We definitely should have given a little discretion before you said that because it doesn't quite air until tonight on Vice TV.
Phillip, you should spoil it for me.
Oh, you people aren't on the internet?
Well, do you want to tell everyone who won between CM Punk and Daniel Garcia first?
Well, see, Daniel
Should we just
Garcia,
recap Rampage?
So look, Daniel Garcia is going to wrestle CM Punk and then fly straight out to San Francisco to wrestle Minoru Suzuki.
Hell of a week.
What are you talking about?
For him.
Rampage hasn't aired yet, so what are you talking about?
Now listen.
Yes, it is.
Alexander Hammerstone is out with a slight injury. So
yes.
He won't be at West Coast Pro this Friday.
Tomorrow. He will not. It's unfortunate. Congrats to Hammerstone. I mean, MLW, Future Stars of Wrestling. He's the GSW champion. He got a real belt collector.
Yo, he's the GSW champion. He's the MLW
champion.
And then what's the other belt that he had?
The Future Stars of Wrestling title. And then
but what's the other one that he had on his way? Like it was title for title.
Oh, it was the MLW National Openweight title.
National Openweight.
Yeah, and then he just won another championship like a month ago, and then he was most recently the West Coast Pro champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Shout out to AJ Gray.
Yeah, man. Shout out to AJ Gray, a real belt collector though, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Hammerstone's becoming one of my favorites too. Hi, Hammerstone.
Hammerstone's the dude, man. Love him. Braun Strowman's 90 days are up, and apparently he's working with EC3. Braun's trying to control his own narrative.
Braun Strowman also said that every 3-letter company has been making him offers. So you can just take New Japan out of that equation.
MLW, AEW, WWE. What?
NWA.
FMW.
GCW.
We don't want him. Yeah.
GSW.
No, we don't want him. No. We care about actual stars.
APW.
If he was an actual star, he wouldn't have gotten fired.
WCP.
WCW. Oh, wait, now they got bought out.
I think Strowman. Isn't this weird? Isn't this weird how he hasn't? I don't know. I mean, his 90 days is just that just got up, right?
Yeah.
So isn't this weird that all of a sudden, like, it seems like nobody's really rushing for him? I heard rumors of Impact wanting him really bad.
Nobody wants him.
Yeah, he's kind of. I don't know what you would do with him. Like, I'm intrigued, but I also would think he's going to demand like a lot of money. And I just don't know if he's worth like that type of money. So, how motivated is he? Like, yeah, he's athletic, but he was never like a super worker. He doesn't need to be a super worker at his size, but I mean, I still think like Impact would be like a good spot. Honestly, I'd love to see what he could do in New Japan, but the travel and everything of that nature would probably drive his price up. But even in New Japan struggling, I don't think he'd be worth the price.
Wow. Nice. You said he's not worth a dime.
I said the price.
Potato. Moving on from that, Fandango or Dongo will be making his debut for GCW at their next show coming up. Isn't that the one where Mick Foley's going to be make a special appearance, right? Yeah.
Think so.
Sure.
Think so.
Yeah,
Yo, everyone goes to GCW, man.
I mean, I don't understand why they would do that.
We should go to one of those LA shows.
I mean, I don't want to see garbage championship wrestling.
Yikes.
Dang.
What did I tell you when this all started? I'm here to bury your heroes. I'm here to tell you the truth about the things you like and love.
Listen, Fandango to GCW.
Nah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. All right, this day in wrestling, Brandon's favorite wrestler, the Ultimate Warrior, debuted in 1987. Bully Ray made his ECW debut in 1995. Jeff Jarrett debuted in WCW on this day in 1996. Cody Rhodes versus Brody Lee in the dog collar match on AEW Dynamite was 1 year ago today for the TNT Championship. It would be Brody Lee's last contest. Rhino was 46. Caitlyn, we remember Caitlyn, right?
Shout out Caitlyn.
Shout out Caitlyn. Shout out Celeste Bonin. She was 35, or she is 35, and then Aiden English 34. Any thoughts about the things that happened on this day? Guys?
Jeff Jarrett's WCW debut is probably one of the most important things on this day in wrestling list because Jeff Jarrett is underrated. He, as a WCW wrestler, sports entertainer, excuse me, Phillip.
Thank you.
He's definitely underrated. His run in WCW was great. Part of the Four Horsemen, slap nuts.
Stop.
The Four Horsemen run was great.
The only horsemen that matter are Flair, Arn, Tully, Wyndham, and James Julius Dillon.
It was Flair, Arn, Dean Malenko, Chris Benoit, Jeff Jarrett, Mongo McMichael.
Listen to me. You know why that combination I said matters? Because that's the one that made it to the Hall of Fame. All the other ones weren't good enough.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he didn't. Stone Cold didn't want to work with Jeff Jarrett.
I mean,
So does that mean? So does that mean that the NWO version that went to the Hall of Fame is more important than the actual NWO? Like, I mean,
Vincent should have got in. It's a shame.
That's the only way he was going to get in. Yeah, that's basically what that means.
You think Vincent will ever get in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Coco Beware's in there.
I don't get it.
I mean, you Hillbilly Jim's in there.
Hillbilly Jim was good. I watched him on Legends House.
What did he do, bro?
Who remembers Legends House?
I do remember Legends House. What?
Hillbilly Jim was with he managed the Godwins.
He was in a match with some midgets. That's it. That is it.
He managed the Godwins, didn't he?
Who cares? Who cares?
I love the Godwins.
Look, I was told this was supposed to be a short podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys keep saying things that make me upset.
You guys, I'm not going off on a Jeff Jarrett tangent.
Yeah, well, that was this guy. Look.
Sorry, I'm feeling better.
The most important thing that happened on this day was the fact that it was Brody's last contest. So, RIP to Brody Lee. What he was able to do in this short amount of time in AEW, and especially with the TNT title, it was only 5 weeks, but he made it feel important, man. So, RIP to Mr. Brody Lee.
I've never said this on the Bulletcast before, but RIP Access Harper. That was my nickname for him. I talked about how he was just the highlight of WrestleMania Access. And yeah, I mean that with all due respect. He was a hell of a competitor. One of my favorite IC champions of his time during that era. So yeah, rest in peace, Brody Lee.
Yeah, that ladder match he had with Dolph was great. Yeah,
classic.
Yep. All right, let's go over to the fan mail. Mr. X's fan mail. Brandon, I sent it to you. Go ahead.
Okay, I guess I gotta pull it up. Mr. X would like to issue a statement regarding that last week's altercation he had with Phillip regarding the city of Cincinnati. I just want to start off by apologizing for my outburst last week. It's okay, Mr. X. Like I said, I was only reacting in defense. After hearing the podcast last week, I quickly realized that I did not like the person I was becoming. I felt like I was losing my smile. Don't ever lose your smile or your dinosaur. I enjoy smiling. Smiling is my favorite. As a member of the BC family or BC universe, I feel that some respect is needed to calm this situation. So here on out, while I may not agree with Phillip's views towards my fair city, I ask that he please refrain from verbally expressing said views. If anything, out of respect for me, I've come to see you all as my brothers in arms with when it comes to this industry we love. I don't feel like I'm asking much, just a little decorum, as Bad News Barrett would say.
Don't
Beautifully
listen
said.
to
Beautifully said.
Don't listen to the AEW recap within the ropes. Oh boy,
Mr. X, he was at it again during my Within the Ropes AEW Dynamite recap. So yeah.
Oh man,
he be snitching.
Hey, look. I'm sorry that I talked crap about Cincinnati. I apologize.
What a professional Mr. X is, might I add.
Professional.
True pro.
Did you not hear my opening monologue last week? You want to talk about true pros and professionals. How dare you? What else did he have to say? Huh?
Sorry, I thought you were going to go on another tangent.
No.
He would like to clarify about our talking about him getting his Instagram taken down last week. AEW did not have my original Instagram taken down. Someone posing as AEW got it taken down. And because everything is run by bots, now I was unable to get it back. I posted the whole story about it in my second post on his new account.
Look, man, you don't have to protect Tony Khan. You don't have to. we know he was behind it. He doesn't like for his fans to have fun. It's okay. It's all right. Vince wouldn't have done that to you. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. He say anything else?
Nothing that I didn't get.
Okay, Brian, it's your turn.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and read this from the most professional Mr. X. And I quote, I presented this idea to Mr. Tronic on Twitter, and I wanted to get Brandon and Phillip's thoughts. After watching another AEW tag team match break down into madness, while it was entertaining, I had an idea. If a tag team match begins to break down into an all-out brawl, the ref should have the ability to use his authority to make a tornado rules tag match. What do you think?
Yeah, that's stupid. That is stupid. No.
I think it's a neat idea.
No.
Why not?
No.
It's sort of like
make up rules.
Hold on.
Do that.
It's sort of like a brawl breaking out, and then you go to commercial break and come back, and now you got a 6-man tag.
No, is that to help hide the fact that they didn't know who was the legal man and they pinned the unlegal man? Because the people that wrestle in AEW don't know the rules of sports entertainment matches?
I will say I was kind of half paying attention to the match, and I was very confused on who actually was the legal man. So I'm happy that I wasn't completely wrong.
No. I mean, they don't know what they're doing over there. They don't. What else did he have to say?
Mr. X says, and I quote, "I get why they drafted Gable Steveson to Raw. He's an Olympic gold medalist after all, but in their rush to get him on TV for the ratings and the press, could this backfire if he can't get the job done in the ring or on the mic?" That's a damn good question.
He still has one more year of Minnesota to wrestle for.
Yeah, and they've allowed him to do so. Look, that's what we didn't talk about. Gable Steveson. Look, I'm happy for him. I always thought, do you guys know who Jordan Burroughs is? Another Olympic wrestler. Do you guys know?
Of course, definitely.
I mean, you don't pay attention to good sports, so what are you talking about? Look, I mean, I always thought he would have gone to WWE, but Gable being there, it's cool. He has a connection to Brock, obviously. You know, he's buddy with Vince, and this shows that they think very highly of him, and I'm excited. Let's see if he can be the next Kurt, and that's always the comparison you have to go to.
Now, the way I look at it is it in WWE and Gable Stevenson's best interest that he show up when he finally shows up on TV, that he show up as a bad guy? He's either got to. I feel like
how the crowd reacts.
I feel like he either has to be a bad guy or obnoxious. Now, judging by the crowd at SummerSlam when he came out, the crowd, I mean, 40,000 people wasn't really feeling him, to be honest.
That's why I think you have to debut him in Minnesota. I don't know what their touring schedule is, but for you to get the best reaction possible, he needs to debut in Minnesota.
Yes.
You're on to something there, Brandon. See?
Absolutely.
That's why you guys keep me around. I don't offer much, but when I do something good.
Real journalists.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Insight.
Was that the last one for Mr. X?
Yes.
All right, let's go over to Monday Night Raw. Bianca
Where's
Belair,
my boy Who at? Oh, I forgot.
The,
you got the laptop miss. You don't got the emails.
If I leave the Zoom, it's gonna be all bad. It's gonna be all bad. So look, the Raw recap: Bianca Belair, the EST went up against the Queen City. Charlotte Flair ends in a no DQ because Becky wanted to get involved, and then the Blueprint coming out looking like Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying? 1 in a million. My girl Sasha Banks in that piece, man. But before it got broken up, this was a good match. This was good. Okay. It was very good. I loved it, man. Brandon, what are your thoughts?
I gotta agree. I think it was a really good match until the crappy finish, as we would have expected it. And just kind of Bianca as a whole, like when she debuted, whatever it was last year and a half ago, I don't think it was a guarantee that she was going to work out, especially like in the ring, but she has gotten a lot better. And I think this match kind of showcased that because, she had to carry Charlotte to a good match.
No. Stop.
No way.
Stop that.
No way.
What's wrong with you?
No.
Why? You see, like, you're.
Oh, so you're saying Charlotte carried Bianca to a good match?
Nobody carried anybody. They both worked well with each other and helped elevate each other. Come on, man.
Bianca's.
Why are you trying to tear down? Why are you trying to tear him down?
Bianca's one of the only ones who I think didn't have to have Charlotte carry through the entire match. Both athletic, both charismatic, both bosses, both champions in their own right.
There's only one boss.
Smack you. There's only one. Yeah.
Well,
she's a legit boss.
Well, just to be fair, I honestly think that this match was great, but Charlotte, it doesn't get any better than the Queen City. It just doesn't.
Yeah, that spear she hit, woo!
Oh man.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That hurt.
Bless you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It was good stuff. So Big E, he comes out there, calls out Drew McIntyre. They're out there. Then the Dirty Dogs, my boys, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode come out there. And, Dolph cuts a, I made you promo. He shows clips from Big E's past with Dolph, and he does the same for McIntyre. And they didn't thank him.
Revisionist history. They barely showed AJ in those packages. I was angry. The fact there was no AJ.
She wasn't an integral part of the story.
Yes, she was.
Of
any
Big E's story?
Any story AJ is a part of, she is integral to that story.
Look. It was about Dolph and E. They didn't need to show footage of her.
I have to agree with you, Phillip. I think that if we were talking about Dolph, then it would be appropriate to add AJ Lee into those stories because she played a majority part in Dolph's story, but not Big E's.
Yeah,
sorry, Brandon.
If it wasn't for Dolph Ziggler, Big E and Drew McIntyre wouldn't be the WWE champion. They wouldn't have won those.
But it wasn't for AJ for Dolph, then for Dolph and Big E. Then technically, AJ
Dolph
connects.
did it all. Dolph did it all by himself. What
you might have a point there too, Brandon, because AJ Lee did play a huge part positioning Dolph Ziggler.
Talking right now. Vicky Guerrero played a part in helping.
Vicky got him the U.S. and Intercontinental Championships,
and she got him the world title too.
Did she?
Yes. He was
back on track. Big E and Big D taking on the Dirty
Big D.
Look, the point is, Dolph made those guys. I've made Brandon. He wouldn't be where he is without me. So, I'd like to thank you, Brandon. That's my point.
You are the AJ Lee to my Big
Absolutely not. How dare you? How dare you say that? Yeah, the match was all right. They win. Ian McIntyre, and then we get set up for Crown Jewel. Brian, why are you tweeting during the show?
I'm sorry, I'm just making sure that I stay interactive with the WTR wrestling fans and the Bulletcast universe.
Okay, all right. So we're getting at Crown Jewel, McIntyre and E. We cool with this? Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Main event caliber WrestleMania like match. We're getting it early, folks.
But we all know what the real main event of Crown Jewel is going to be.
Right.
Lashley and Goldberg.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the hell you said, but I'll get into it. We had Lashley and Goldberg. We had a promo back and forth. And Goldberg continues to say he's going to kill Lashley. So good job, Bill. It's going to be a no-holds-barred match. So that means he has a free reign to just kill Lashley in Saudi Arabia in front of all the head honchos over there. So
yes,
should be great.
Yes, a white
Jewish man, which also kind of adds a wrench in the Saudi Arabia thing. But that's neither here nor there.
Goldberg have read the room.
Threatened to kill a black man in Saudi Arabia.
He said he wanted edgier. Oh wait, that's for NXT. Never mind.
NXT's doing just fine. They're doing great. I can't believe this happened. Sheldon and Cedric bumping around for an old man. What is this?
Well, you got to make them look good going into the pay-per-view.
No, you don't.
I mean, you got FTR and everybody else bumping for Sting, and he's freaking 80.
Bro, I tore that apart too.
Hold on, we got to bring it back. Whose idea was it to call Goldberg the Icon?
Oh,
yeah. That's he probably slipped Mike Roma 50. Like, hey, I'm the Icon.
Why did they call him the Icon? As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh boy.
I was like, oh man, no, Sting might be heated. Two old icons wrestling on rival networks.
Sting is 10 years older than Goldberg, and he still put it on better matches. What's going on here?
Dang, hey, y'all said I was a heel. Oh boy.
I'm just out here spitting facts.
Sting's a lot. Maybe Goldberg needs to. He's a little stiff, man. Still to this day.
Yeah, I don't know. It was okay when he debuted in '98, but what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Let's go over to AEW. The Super Click defeat Christian Cage and Jurassic Express.
And Bryan Danielson.
Oh yeah, he was
I
there.
didn't know Bryan Danielson was a part of Jurassic Express now.
I forgot. Honestly, I forgot he was in the match because what took me out of the match? The fact that Kenny Omega couldn't lift up Luchasaurus and he had all the help.
Hey, dinosaurs weigh tons. Okay, it's very hard.
No, he's not an actual dinosaur. He's a dude in a mask.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kenny Omega says that on the next BTE or something.
That's being too cute. I thought you didn't like that. Yeah.
Who, me?
No, Brandon.
Oh.
Hey, I'm just giving out explanations for what happened.
No, he's weak and he sucks. That's the explanation. I'm spitting facts. Terrible champion. He's a terrible wrestler. Get him off my TV. He needs to go back to Deep South, and that doesn't even exist anymore. What? Stop doing that. Absolutely stop. Jesus Christ. All right, now let's get into something else that pissed me off. They introduced the TBS Championship. It's going to be a second
more titles.
Yeah,
that's right.
Secondary championship for women. Why are we doing this? It looks exactly like the TNT title. And I know, the WWE titles looking like. Yeah, I buried those 6 years ago when they all showed up. Yeah. Look, man, no more titles. This didn't need to happen. Focus on the one woman's title that you have now. And look, can you not tell meaningful stories for your other women without a championship? Is that it? TK, if you can't write that, then I don't know if you should be in this business, pal.
Yikes.
Yeah, I said it. I went there. Yeah.
The way that the TBS, I don't know if you guys seen this online, but the way that the TBS is spelled on the belt makes it look like it says the Hose title.
Okay, I didn't. Oh God, Jesus Christ. Look, yeah, this didn't need to happen. I don't know why. I don't know why they would do this. I don't know why they would do this.
I don't know why either.
Yeah. It just doesn't. Brandon, huh? You got thoughts?
No more titles.
No more titles.
You know them trios is coming, Brandon.
And then the women's tag title, and then a cruiserweight title for them, and then we're
a super heavyweight title just so Mark Henry and Big Show can have a reason to have a match.
And then we're gonna have an open weight title. And then we're
Andrew Zarian already teased it. And whenever he tweets something, I always believe it. Like he said, so trios title next, and he put a little winky face.
Oh, they are. Cody confirmed it. Yeah. I have access to the media calls.
I would be more open to a trios title than a secondary women's titles, because we've seen the women's division isn't the best, and at least the trios division is an actual, a new division that they can make up, and they have so much talent. That's
booming.
Fine.
It's booming.
Yeah, introduce the trios title, the Bucks and Adam Cole can have it. Boom.
Or you go down the Impact route. You have a digital media championship, and you make it intergender. Everyone can have a chance at it.
And
that's their version on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter.
Facebook. And the title looks beautiful. I can't lie. The digital media title looks dope. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks like the AEW title.
So that means the AEW title is beautiful.
It was beautiful when Jericho had it.
Kenny's just, taking it a notch down.
Yeah, a notch. Oh my God. Kenny makes it look like the hardcore title that Tommy Dreamer had, the license plate. Yeah, that's what I said. Let's move on. Speaking of Kenny Omega, somebody won a ladder match to become the number one contender to Kenny Omega's championship, and it's a Hangman. It's Hangman Adam Page. He returned. He was the Joker in the ladder match, and he got his shot. He got his buckshot to go after Kenny Omega in the AEW World Championship. I'm happy for him. It's about time. Tronic, I said it last night. I'm going to say it again. It's time. It's time. It's Hangman time. Time. Yep. Brandon, what are your thoughts?
So I was kind of bouncing back and forth between this and the baseball game. So I was happy I did not get this spoiled. I was able to watch it kind of with fresh eyes, and I was very excited to see Hangman back. Did like the whatever you call it, like the ticker that said he finally showed up to work. I got a nice laugh out of that, but it makes sense, have him come in, gets the win. He doesn't need to challenge it right, because it kind of felt like they were using it more like a Money in the Bank type thing, where it's not like a guaranteed shot at Full Gear. You can do it, later on down the line. And I did watch like the little promo they did for Road to the Top, and he was kind of standoffish and he didn't exactly commit to going after the title right away. So you don't need to do it at Full Gear. Selfishly, I would like them to stretch it out all the way to Double or Nothing, but I do think that's too far. So maybe Revolution in January.
Revolution's in February.
Whatever.
What do you mean, whatever? You got to get it right. Come on.
Late January, early February, same thing.
Revolution's at the end of February.
You're at the end of February.
What? Because it's Black History Month and I'm black?
Whoa. Okay. I'm just going to see my way out. Goodbye, everybody. It was been a fun run.
Oh, we're not allowed to go there? You guys scared? Come on.
Jeez.
Brian, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about it?
I want to say this about Hangman Adam Page. The promo that he had at the commercial break of Roads to the Top. That told me everything that I needed to know about Hangman and this whole that sold it wasn't much of nothing. But it sold me on it. He was very much so into his beer. In the moment, he cut a really sweet, like heartfelt, like short little promo about the fact that he just had a baby, and he pulls out his phone and he's showing Shivani his son, and he's like, look at him, he looks good, doesn't he? He's handsome, he's beautiful, blah blah blah. And then Tony keeps asking him, yo, like, what about your championship opportunity? Like, he's like, you know what, I'm not focused on that right now. He asked him about the Dark Order. He says that obviously he's got to check in on some friends, and I don't know word for word what he said. I just liked it. Hangman is looking like he's going to be the next AEW World's Heavyweight Champion.
Possibly. Superstar Spotlight. Who do we got? I'm giving it to Hangman Page. Boom.
Oh.
I'm going to give it to someone who we didn't even talk about. I'm going to give it to Serena Deeb. I thought her and Sheeta had a pretty good match. It was a surprising finish. Deeb turns heel. It's not like the biggest thing in the world, but I thought it was a fun little segment. All
right. And Brian.
I'm going to go ahead and give it to Big E.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. Tell us about our promo pick of the week, Brian.
Promo pick of the week is The Rock from King of the Ring. June 23rd, 2002, backstage with Booker T and Goldust dressed up as The Rock, when he was doing his thing. But was this was during when he was acting like he had Tourette's or something?
Oh, yeah. Hey, did you see the Howard Stern clip when he did it on this?
No, he did it on the Howard Stern show?
Yeah. Yeah, he was on some. I'm pretty sure it was Howard Stern because all the wrestlers were on there back then. And he was like, It was go seek that out today. That's great. Our match pick of the week is Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Hunter Hurst Helmsley in Your House 11, Buried Alive, October 20th, 1996, coming up on the 25th anniversary. Just a solid, really good match by both these guys. You get some interference by Mr. Perfect. All in all, Austin wins with the stunner. Yes, sir.
First of many good to great matches between these two guys.
Absolutely. All right, that is going to do it for San Jose. SmackDown will be inside of you, and so will I.
That's right.
Yes, Brian and I are going to be there. Come up and say hi to me. I'm probably not going to talk to you, but come up and say hi anyway.
I will. I'll say hi.
Yeah, he'll be the mouthpice. I'll
acknowledge the tribal chief.
Yes, I have to. I gotta hit up Fatu. I think Roman's at a secret whereabouts, and I think I'm invited. Got to make sure. Yep. All right, and then a couple days after that, Monday Night Raw in San Francisco for the Chase Center. Some more King of the Ring stuff, Queen's Crown. It's going to be good, man. I'm excited. I really am. I can't wait. WWE is back in the Bay. They haven't been here in 2 years, and it's going to be great stuff. Follow us on Twitter at Bulletcast, Instagram, The Bulletcast, YouTube channel, The Bulletcast, email, The Bulletcast 2, the number 2, sweet as WET@gmail.com, 104.7 FMKPU in Watsonville every Friday night, 11 p.m. to midnight. iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Anchor. Anchor's great. Brian, I don't know what's wrong with you. Spotify, Patreon, and more. Yeah, stay clean, stay strong, stay safe. Podcasto out, bitches.
Bulletcast now, fearless, elite podcasting. No, we on elite podcasting. No, we on.